Hello and welcome back to another vlog on our 3.4 swap. This is vlog 9, and in this episode we'll be going over the fuel pressure hose, the oil pressure sending unit, the oil pickup tube and the oil pan, and also how to modify your AC top plate on your AC compressor. Keep in mind that this application might differ depending on your vehicle. We're going from a 97 4Runner 3.4 to a 93 Toyota pickup IFS 3.0. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you guys got any questions, leave in the comment section below. This line right here is the fuel line from your gas tank to your injector rails. So this is the 3.4 fuel line. Originally, it's flipped the other way around. So originally it flips like this, goes down here, this little tab right here gets screwed into that little 10 mil right there, and then it comes out this side, and then it goes into the hard line on the body of the 3.4 donor rig that you get. From my research, you have to take this little thing off, you unbolt this, and then you flip this around. So I tried every direction. I tried making it go down towards this way, and then the only way I found out was to make it go up. So this is the setup that we're gonna go with right now, and this should be long enough to plug into the 3.0 hardline. It's the same fitting. The only thing that I'm worried about is that, will this right here clear the intake plenum? And I think it should, but I think this is what we're gonna do right here. I have this I don't have this fully tightened right now, but once I have everything assembled back up, I will make sure to go back here and make sure that it clears the intake plenum, and I'm pretty sure it will. And then also this right here, you just go ahead and throw this away. This thing supposedly closing like this, but then you can just open it up and throw that away. So this is how you do your fuel line. For anyone that's wondering, on the 3.4 swap, you have to make it go onto your passenger side, at least for the Toyota pickups, and I believe the 4Runners are like that too. This is the oil sending pressure unit right here on the 3.4. It has the same thread pitch and the same plug as the 3.0. So you will have to take the 3.0 oil pressure sending unit and put it into the 3.4 motor in order to have your oil pressure working. If you don't care about it, you can just go ahead and leave the 3.4 in there. But if you want to use your oil pressure gauge on your SR5 cluster, you must switch this out. If you don't switch this out and you use the 3.4, you're gonna blow your oil pressure gauge. So you have to switch it out. So this is from the 3.0. Fits right in there. Enough clearance for the alternator brackets. And like I said, it's the same plug. So the 3.4 wire will go ahead and plug right into here. We have the 3.4 motor flipped over with the oil pan removed, and I want to show you guys what it looks like. This is the front of the engine. This is the oil pan. It's removed already. We are going to use the 3.0 oil pan and the 3.0 oil pickup tube, which is right here that I'm holding. This is the 3.4 pickup tube. We have to remove this, and it looks like this should go right on here. I'm hoping it's gonna line up. We might have to remove this leg here, so that's totally fine. We can remove this, and as long as it's bolts right here and down here, that'll be fine. But this is what you have to do. This is the baffle right here. Not the oil pickup. This is the dipstick. So this dipstick will be removed, and then the new hole comes right here. I had the 3.4 oil pickup tube removed. This is the 3.0. You can see right here, it lines up right there. And looks like it's gonna line up right here to this bolt. And originally there's this bolt here and this one down here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grind this leg off, and we're just gonna use this bolt hole and these two over here, and that should be plenty enough to hold this pickup tube. I had the 3.0 pickup tube bolted on. I bolted that on, and then I put the bolt back in here because this bolt here does hold the baffle, and everything fits perfectly. So all you have to do is just cut that last leg there. That doesn't hurt or anything. There's plenty of support. So this is the original 3.4. You guys can see how it goes right here. If your 3.4 motor is a 1996 through a 2000, next to your oil filter, if the engine's flip upside down, but next to your oil filter, you'll have this plug right here. So you'll have this little plug thing, and you have to take it out. What I did is I put a bolt that fit in here, and then I punched it out, and then this thing comes out, and this will be the new location for the oil dipstick instead of over here. You guys see that? Instead of over here. So the new oil dipstick will go here. If your motor is a 2000 or newer, you will have this spot, but you will have to drill it. It won't have this hole pre-made already for you, so you have to drill into your block. So I'm really glad that I got a 97, and makes it much more easier. So I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna see if this will fit right here, because if this fits over here, once I remove this oil dipstick here, I'm still gonna have to plug it up. So hopefully this thing will fit in there, and hopefully it plugs it up. I just removed the original oil dipstick, and unfortunately this plug here won't fit in there. So what I read online is that you can take a quarter inch brass plug, and you can tap it and then plug it in here. So that's what we'll do. But for now, I'm gonna put the oil dipstick back in there and just fill it up. Yesterday I did grease the 3.0 oil pan, and it had a little bit of rust, so I decided to spray paint it. The only high temp spray paint I had was gold from my 22R eval cover paint job I did. So I painted the oil pan gold. It looks pretty. So we have the pickup 2, the 3.0 pickup 2 install, oil pan install. For the gasket, I used the black silicone, black RTV 90-minute. I put a nice bead all over, and then I bolted it in, and then I let it sat for about 30-40 minutes, and then I just got done torquing them. I didn't really torque them, but I just tightened them to snug. I'm gonna go ahead and get this taken care of later on. I'm gonna get a bolt and plug the front dipstick, and then I went back and filled this up just for now because I have to order a new union, so it's not gonna be here till next week. So once that piece get here, I'll go ahead and do the dipstick, the new dipstick location, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But for now, we are officially done with the oil pan. I'm gonna move on to the next step, which is we're gonna go ahead and take care of the AC. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out the AC top plate. So I'll show you that here in a bit. 3.4 AC compressor. This is the 3.4 top plate. This is the 3.0 top plate. You can see the difference right there. We're gonna be putting the 3.0 top plate on the 3.4 compressor, and then we'll be using the 3.0 lines. So here's the difference right there. They're very, very similar, but you can see the 3.4, they have these two little needles, or these two little inlets. The insides are pretty much similar. Has the hose right here, and then the same gasket from each of the compressor, and the same bolts and everything. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, clean a little bit of that stuff up, and then put this in, and then install the AC compressor back on, held by 4 bolts. Really simple. This right here is the original dipstick hole for the 3.4 motor. You want to go to your local hardware and buy a M10 by 1.25 pitch thread by 20. Quick correction, I didn't find a 1.25 pitch thread. Instead, I went with a 1.50 pitch thread. My tap is 1.25, but it's totally fine because it'll be a nice and snug fit. 20 is the length, and 20 is the smallest size they have. You don't need nothing big. So M10 by 1.25, 20 millimeter long, how long that is. And then you want to get a 1.25 tap. So you can do a 10 mil, 1.25, or 1.5. I just happen to have this 1.25 tap ready, so I went with the 1.25 bolt. So you go ahead and tap it, and it's a very tight fit. So you have to remove the water, the coolant inlet. And what I did was I put this in there, and then I slowly turn it with this plier. I slowly turn, and you're drilling into the oil pump. This is the oil pump right here, which is made of aluminum. So you slowly turn it, and it's actually really easy. I was really scared because I was like, man, there's like no room and stuff like that. But once you start going, it goes in really good. So you do about maybe 10 turns or so, 5 or 10 turns, and that's enough. And then just go ahead and back it out. And then this bolt here, it went in really easy. So before you screw this bolt on, you also do want to go ahead and apply some, I went and applied some black sealant all around the thread and fill a little bit in here so that it's going to be fully leak free and waterproof, I guess you want to say it. So now it's just carrying. And that's what it looks like, guys. That's the original 3-4 plug, the 3-4 dipstick. Very easy. You don't have to remove any of the alternator. Just remove this coolant inlet, plug that up. And then this is going to be the new location for the dipstick. I'm still waiting for my union plug. So once that comes in, I'll show you guys that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of our 3.4 swap. As of right now, I'm still waiting for parts to come in to complete the engine rebuild. We're also still waiting for our wire harness, which is roughly anywhere from 4 to 5 weeks out right now, so we won't be doing any of the swap anytime soon. Please keep in mind that the oil pan, the oil pickup tube, the AC top plate were all spare parts that I have for my other rigs that I parted out. So unless you have all these spare parts, you won't be able to install them until you take out these parts from the original engine from the truck that's getting the swap. Also keep in mind that if your truck is solid axle swap or IFS, your oil pan setup might be different, so go ahead and make sure you do your research on that before you attempt to install the oil pan off the 3.0. As of right now, it's just a waiting game until our parts comes in and we can go ahead and proceed with the next tune-up for this project. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.